Anne Boleyn, born around 1501 or 1507, the time frame which is largely disputed by historians, was the second wife of King Henry VIII of England and the mother of Queen Elizabeth I. Her marriage to Henry marked a significant turning point in English history, leading to the English Reformation. Anne was the daughter of Sir Thomas Boleyn and Lady Elizabeth Howard, and she spent part of her early life in the Netherlands and France, where she was educated in the courts. She returned to England in the early 1520s and quickly caught the eye of King Henry VIII. At the time, Henry was married to Catherine of Aragon, but sought to annul the marriage because Catherine had failed to produce a male heir. Anne refused to become Henry's mistress, insisting on marriage. This led Henry to seek an annulment from the Pope, which was denied. In response, Henry broke from the Roman Catholic Church, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. Henry and Anne married secretly in 1533, and soon after, she was crowned queen. That same year, she gave birth to Elizabeth, who would later become one of England's greatest monarchs. However, Anne's inability to produce a male heir and the political intrigue surrounding her led to her downfall. In 1536, she was arrested on charges of adultery, treason, and incest. She was found guilty and executed by beheading on May 19, 1536, at the Tower of London. Anne Boleyn's legacy endures, particularly through her daughter Elizabeth I, who reigned for 45 years and established England as a major European power. Anne is remembered as a key figure in the religious and political upheavals of her time, and her life continues to fascinate historians and the public alike. Anne refused to become Henry's mistress, insisting on marriage. This led Henry to seek an annulment from the Pope, which was denied. In response, Henry broke from the Roman Catholic Church, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. Henry and Anne married secretly in 1533, and soon after, she was crowned queen. That same year, she gave birth to Elizabeth, who would later become one of England's greatest monarchs. However, Anne's inability to produce a male heir and the political intrigue surrounding her led to her downfall. In 1536, she was arrested on charges of adultery, treason, and incest. She was found guilty and executed by beheading on May 19, 1536, at the Tower of London. Anne Boleyn's legacy endures, particularly through her daughter Elizabeth I, who reigned for 45 years and established England as a major European power. Anne is remembered as a key figure in the religious and political upheavals of her time, and her life continues to fascinate historians and the public alike.
Returning to England as a young woman, I possessed a captivating presence, a sharp wit, and an air of sophistication that set me apart from the other ladies of the court. Little did I know that these qualities would capture the attention of the most powerful man in England, King Henry VIII.
This was no passing infatuation. Henry was determined to make Anne his queen. However, their path to the throne was fraught with obstacles, not least of which was the formidable obstacle of Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife, and the unwavering power of the Catholic Church. Henry VIII, already known for his powerful personality and his desire for a male heir, became increasingly captivated by Anne's intelligence and her refusal to be easily won. Anne was not content to be merely a royal mistress. She possessed a keen understanding of her own worth and the power she held over my heart. Her refusal to succumb to my advances unless I made her my queen speaks volumes about her ambition and her understanding of the political landscape. This impasse with Anne fueled Henry's determination to secure an annulment from Catherine of Aragon, setting in motion a chain of events that would irrevocably alter the course of English history. The king's defiance of the Pope and his insistence on marrying Anne led to England's break from the Roman Catholic Church, a seismic shift in power that had been brewing for centuries. The love affair between Henry and Anne was a scandal that shook the foundations of the English court. Anne Boleyn was known for her strong and complex personality, which played a significant role in her rise and eventual downfall at the English court. Intelligent and cultured, Anne was highly educated. Having spent much of her youth in the sophisticated courts of the Netherlands and France, she was fluent in French and had a deep appreciation for music, literature, and the arts. This made her stand out at the English court, where she was seen as cultured and worldly, charismatic and charming. Anne possessed a magnetic charm that drew people to her. Her wit, intelligence, and graceful manner made her a captivating presence. This charisma was a key factor in her ability to gain the attention of King Henry VIII, who became infatuated with her. Ambitious and determined, Anne was ambitious and keenly aware of her potential influence. She was determined to rise above her station, and she did so by refusing to become Henry's mistress, instead insisting on marriage. Her ambition was not only for herself but also for her family, as she worked to advance the Boleyn's position at court. Strong-willed and independent, Anne was known for her strong will and independence. She was not afraid to stand up to Henry or others at court, which earned her both admiration and animosity. Her refusal to conform to the expectations of women at the time, particularly in her assertiveness, made her a polarizing figure, passionate and fiery. Anne had a passionate nature which could sometimes manifest as a temper. She was deeply involved in the religious and political debates of her time, particularly those related to the Reformation. Her support for religious reform and her influence over Henry in these matters contributed to the eventual establishment of the Church of England. Vulnerable and isolated. Despite her strengths, Anne's position at court made her vulnerable. Her rise to power earned her many enemies, and the pressures of producing a male heir weighed heavily on her. As Henry's interest waned and political factions turned against her, Anne found herself increasingly isolated. Anne Boleyn's personality was a blend of intellect, charm, ambition, and strength, all of which contributed to her remarkable yet tragic life.
The same ambition and defiance that had captivated a king would ultimately prove to be her undoing. Accused of adultery, treason, and incest, charges widely believed to have been fabricated by her political opponents, Anne faced her fate with courage and dignity.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating historical insights.